Mute y'all. Gotcha. All right, first Monday of May, new month. I'm super pumped about it. Obviously, every time I go on these trips, I'm going to warn you, this might be a little bit of a saucy call because I just get so fired up being there and obviously wanting more of you there with us next year. But also just like it fills my cup. You guys know events always change my business. And for so many of you, Summit's going to change yours because it clicks the on switch on again, right? It gets you fired up. But, I could go through a lot of things, but I wanted to share something with you guys first. Real quick, let me share my screen. So this is the Success Club board from last month. I haven't posted it yet. But you guys know, right, what we're shooting for the year. You guys know, we all know, we're pushing for elite. It's no big secret. And so I went back and looked like the first 4 months of the year, and our team is around 30 to 35 people we're helping per month. And that's incredible, like huge. But there's only about 5 people that are actually hitting their goals every month. And there's a huge long list of names that are helping people. But we have so much room to grow. And I hope you guys see this as the potential, even if your name's not on this board, this is the potential right here, right now to shift the way you're thinking about your business. So I wanted to start off with that and kind of show you guys like there is absolutely huge amounts of room here to put your name on the board. And I think I missed Tara, actually, now that I think about it. Tara, I don't think your point showed up yet, but she had 2 from last month. My bad. I'll edit that. But I wanted to get into this topic of the shift, right? Because the shift shop's coming out. I still haven't gotten my package yet, so I can't tell you guys anything about that. But I did get into the coach test group right when I got off the plane today. And working out with the trainers just builds your belief that this is a family you're a part of. Even just beyond our team and beyond the people that are sitting on this call, like Team Beachbody is not a business to me. It's a family. You have each other's back. You push each other outside your comfort zone. You show up when it's hard, right? All those things you would do for your real blood family. That's how I've always treated this team and this business because it's what we do is very simple, guys, right? We talk to people and we build relationships and we help them. And if you do enough of that, if you help enough people achieve their goals, you'll achieve yours. And so how do we make this shift from, okay, this is fun. I do it when I feel like doing it or when it's easy or when I'm not overwhelmed and busy and chaotic, which of course for all of us, that's like all of the time. But how do I get from that place of like, okay, I want to be a part of this. I know what to do, but maybe I'm not doing it, or maybe I'm not doing it consistently, or maybe I'm not doing it with belief, to full-fledged, all out, not just hitting SC5, not just hitting SC10, but changing more lives than ever before this month. And I say this month because a lot of you are going to Summit. It's a big time in Team Beachbody because we have new programs coming out, right? UV2 is launching this month. We have the Shift Shop coming this summer. This is where the excitement builds. I don't know if you guys have been seeing Carl's promotion. He's going to be working with coaches one-on-one the next 72 days push to Summit. And he talks a lot about that. I did post both of the videos from Carl's speech at the Success Club trip for you guys. And I went live. So if you haven't checked them out, I know it's long, but that's all the content I got there from Beachbody. Like I shared it directly with you guys. So you guys have the same resources as I do to move your business forward this month. So what's that difference? Like, what is the way that I look at this to hit SC10 every month? And not just hit that, to hit a second account in Success Club. Because a lot of you have spouses accounts where you're like, well, that's, a pipeline dreamed out there. First and foremost, you got to get over your damn self. Whatever is in your head, whatever fears are holding you back, whatever bullshit excuses, and I hope there's no kids around, is in your head, you got to let it go, guys. Because the only difference between everybody in Punta Cana this week and all of you is they showed up every day. So simple, right? And you're like, yeah, I know that, Danielle. But really, like, they just got in a consistent habit, like brushing your teeth. Would any of you skip brushing your teeth? No, it'd be kind of gross. But that's the way you have to treat this business if you are serious about building a vehicle for freedom for your family, right? You have to be so wholeheartedly blinders on in the belief that you can do this, that you can put in the effort every day, that you can make it work in your busy schedule, that you can find the time to be super consistent and intentional, and to tell your spouse, you know what, I need 20 minutes, just give me undivided attention so that I can hustle hard and get those little things done that I need to get done, right? But a lot of you are winging it. And I'm not saying any of this to be mean. I'm saying this because I know your guys' goals and I know you want to make this happen. So we need to get those fears out of the wayside, because Chris Downing said it in his workout this weekend. He was like, fear is false evidence appearing real. Doesn't exist. It's like floating in the air, right? So why do we let those things, like, throw in the chat right now, what's your biggest excuse right now with this business? I want to know, like, let's make this an engaging talk. What's your biggest excuse? Is it time? Is it your spouse? Is it your family? I know a lot of you are going to say time. But yeah, throw them in there. Juggling time. So I know a lot of you guys look at me and think I have like all of the time in the world, but honestly, sometimes that's a curse, because I could sit here for 5 hours and do Beachbody, but I could scroll Facebook and I could look at shopping online, right? I could do all these things. I think when you're super busy and you have a gazillion things going on is when the best people make it happen. Because you don't have time to think about it. You don't have time to overthink a post. You don't have time to make a perfect, pretty picture. You just freaking do it in the time that you have. And when you can treat it like that and you wholeheartedly believe in this, do you guys believe in Beachbody? Do you believe in yourself as a coach? Okay, that right there, we're throwing that face out the door. Almost getting in the room, Jeremy's gone. I'm 10 times more busy. Exactly, Jessica. Inviting makes me feel awkward. Okay, do you believe in Shakeology? Has it changed your life in some shape or form? Do you feel better, have more energy? Do you look forward to having chocolate? I know I freaking do. Do you believe that accountability groups change the game for you in your fitness? And if it's a no, then you probably haven't committed to 110%, or you probably haven't committed to a program 110%. I'm just throwing the truth bombs out tonight, guys. Do you believe in this team? Do you believe in the friendships that you have here? Do you believe in the community that you have here to lean on? If you believe that, why the heck would you not invite to that? Why? Right? It sounds silly. It's a gift. It's a privilege to have these friendships. You guys live all over the country, and you would not know each other unless I opened my big fat mouth and said, you would be great at this. Don't y'all want that for your own teams? You know? So when you think about that, it's like, it's silly to not give this your all. It's literally laughable at yourself, which I laugh at myself all the time, so it's okay, to not give this 110% and see, why not me? Do you know that we are 3 people away right now from being 3-star diamond team? But you know who that's on? It's on me. Where our team's at is on me right now. It's not any of y'all's fault. It's not because you didn't hit Success Club. It's on me. I take ownership of that. Do you take ownership of your business and where you're at and where you're happy with it? And if you're not happy with it, do you take ownership of that? You have to believe that you have the power to get to where you want to go. All of you have the power to get to 2-star diamond because you have the same resources as me, right? So there's no excuse in the book that you can't get there. And I want you guys to think bigger. So every time I put out goals, I'm like, post your goals, right, in the team page. And you guys are like, SC5. We're not thinking like that anymore. You have to think big when it comes to this, because if you just think SC5, guess what? You're probably going to do SC5 action or less. And you probably won't hit it, which is why there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people that had points on the board last month but didn't hit Success Club. Actually 10 plus Tara. Crazy, guys. 9 times 2 elite points, that's 18 points for our team, and we need 50 for the entire year. We could have gotten 18 extra last month. That's what I'm talking about. Like, all of you are a part of that big, scary goal. It's not Danielle. I can't earn points. I mean, with my mom's account, I can get 2 points, but that's about it. All of you are the integral pieces to the puzzle. And it's about people, right? Elite is not a recognition. Elite is, let's see how many effing people we can help this year. I told you I'd be saucy tonight. But seriously, like, I think we overcomplicate the way that we look at this. And you make these things up in your head as to why you can't do it, and you talk yourself out of it, kind of like we do with our nutrition or our fitness some days, right? Do you ever notice that your business is so on point when your health and nutrition is dialed in? They go hand in hand. And so if you're struggling in your business, you're most likely struggling in your health and fitness. But I loved you guys who shared their 3-day refresh results publicly last week. I know Brianna did. I know Liz did. I know Jess is doing it this week, I think. Brittany, calling you out, girlfriend. I saw them. They're amazing. Somebody sent them to me. I forget. Somebody in the group chat. I think Liz. But if you haven't done one or you're not feeling like a transformation, do a 3-day refresh. Show the quick progress. People need to see that. People need to see the relatability. People need to see that they can have a quick win, right? Not because it's a quick fix, but to get them interested and engaged in what they're doing. So you have to be proof that it works. Something that I see you guys doing, though, is when you want to hit a goal or you know a challenge group's coming up, you like freak out and throw a bunch of invite posts up together. We got to get away from that because that doesn't build relationships, right? You can't just post invite after invite after invite, or check, here's my workout, sweat it out, or check, here's my Shakeology, sweat it out. Would you care if somebody posted that? I mean, I'm just being honest. Would you care? You'd probably say, so what? You got your workout. Cool. You know, we gotta elevate the way, and I'm not telling you to say paragraphs of paragraphs of paragraphs, but I'm telling you, you have to build the belief in other people. So you need to have this concept when you're sharing of jab, 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 right hook. It's kind of my quarter force stuff coming at you from this weekend, where you drop breadcrumb, breadcrumb, breadcrumb. I don't know if you saw my post this weekend, but a lot of them, they were kind of saucy because that's what happens when I go to events. But it was never like, join my team, join my challenge group. It was, this is what's possible. I had a vision to bring my best friends on vacation with me. I always wanted to travel more and not have to pay for it. None of that is saying invite, invite, invite. It's dropping the breadcrumbs to the coaching opportunity. Same way you do with your health and nutrition. Tara is going to be speaking about this month because she's super good at that. She's like, you're crazy. But she naturally just shares the breadcrumbs of her life. Those 5 things that are you know, your kids, date night ideas. Obviously, health and nutrition is something all of you do, but you all have unique aspects to you. Lily Plitzer is one of mine because it's like an obsession. You know, going out and making fun cocktails, whatever it is, you need to breadcrumb things, guys. Because if you just keep showing invites, you look like a salesperson, and none of us want to be that. Oh, she's so cute, Ariana. But it's the belief that has to drive you. So we all know with this opportunity, you're going to hear no's, right? How many of you have heard a no before? Every single one of you should be raising your hand. Do you take it personally? Do you feel bad when you hear them? It's not about you when they say no. It's just not right now. So I know I was talking to Liz and Tara when I was gone. They're like, I'm so frustrated. You know, people aren't answering, or, you know, they said they were going to come through and they didn't. You can't control other people. And that's hard because this is a people business. But you can control your action. And sometimes when you want big things, you got to take big action. And I'll be honest with you guys, that power hour tracker that Beachbody put out says 3 people a day in each category. That's, to me, not enough. Because think about it this way. If you're talking to 30 people a week, let's just say, about 10% of those people, if you invite 30 people, are going to say, tell me more about it. And then maybe about 10% of those people might say yes when you go through the conversation. So that's one person, right? So I think I did my math right there. Somebody has to check me. So, and your numbers may look a little bit different, but that's generally what I've experienced. So I'm not telling you to message like 100 people tomorrow, but what I am telling you is don't put all your eggs in one basket and don't count on that one person. Until they hit submit, they are not a yes. You can only control what you can control, and that's your mindset and your action. So simple, right? So the second part I want to talk about is consistency. I talked about this on the champions page. So if this is a repeat for you guys, I think it's good to hear it again. This business is like going up a downward escalator. And every time you put up a post, you send a message, you get on this team call, you're taking a step up the downward escalator. You're kind of staying pace with it, right? You're maybe staying at the same level. Maybe you decide, okay, this week I want to hit Success Club early. And you want to take massive action in the beginning of the month. So maybe you're going to decide, okay, this week I'm going to send 10 invites a day. And you're like, oh my gosh, who am I going to talk to? I haven't been sending that many people. Get on your posts and who's been liking them. And hopefully, if you've been consistently posting, you know that people have been liking them. If you haven't, you know where to focus your time. Another thing is, if only people on this team are liking your posts, you need to ask yourself, how can I engage with my audience this week? How can I make them a part of my journey more? How can I ask them questions to get their opinion and get them engaged in what I'm sharing? And you guys know I have to check myself with that. But it's the consistency factor of the jab, 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 and then the invite of the right hook. Because this is a business, right? So we have to think like business people that want to work with people. So it has to be genuine and it has to be natural, right, and friendly. But I think that a lot of you just think too small of yourselves. You think that you aren't capable of doing these things, and you are. Every single one of you has hit Success Club before. I think all of you. Okay, Liz, no, but you've helped people before, so you know how to sign people up. You know how to get them in an accountability group. You know how to give them a great experience. So why not go big this month, guys? May 11th is the last day to start qualifying as a diamond coach. Who wants to run for it, for Summit? I should be seeing way more hands up. Big scary goals. Jess, I know you're one of them. I think she's distracted. Yeah. Even if you have one person in your downline right now, you should be pushing for it. Because what if you just put in 11 days of hustle and massive action just to see what would happen? Why not, right? I was talking to Tara when I was away, and she's like, I'm not stopping. I'm hitting Success Club. I'm going to send 20 new Hey Girl messages just to get things going. And right now, she's already hit SC2, and she's popped the SC cherry. Sorry, Ariana. I'm trying to be clean with my mouth. But I'm fine. But that's the kind of thing you have to do. You just keep going. You just keep talking to people. You just keep showing up. And know, like, guys, I have no idea who's signing up this month. And that's the thrill of this for me. You never know where it's going to come from. But when you have the belief that I can do it, and I can show people that this can work in a busy schedule, and I can be consistent and show up every day and open my business and know that somebody out there is watching, and every day I don't show up, they don't believe me. I go all the way down the escalator. I have to press restart again, and I have to build back up. That's literally how it is. It's a marathon. Seeing Claire in Punta Cana this week was like such a full circle moment for me, because I'm like, she gets it. She finally sees. It's taken 2 years, but she's had struggles, guys. Don't think it's just come easy. The first year and a half, it's a sacrifice to get to where you want to go. And I'm not bashful about that. But what if you could put in a year and a half of work and completely transform your life for the next 20? Would it be worth it? I think so. Just to have a vacation planned for you and all you have to do is book the flight and show up is like mind blown. I love it, because I'm just like, I don't even have to plan anything. This is great. I just do whatever I want. Got 2 free massages from Carl this week. It was great. That's what you guys got to work for. And I know it's hard when you haven't been to events yet, or maybe you've just been to a Super Saturday and you don't know what that experience is like. But you do know what this family feels like. And you do know that you've gotten something out of this team. So why are we so scared to invite to it? Carl talked about the comp plan, how network marketing is labeled as like a money-making machine or a pyramid scheme. Do you label car salesmen as direct commission salespeople? No. You don't put their like compensation first on their job title. What we do is we change people's lives. That's what we do. And yeah, we earn income from it, just like every other job that all of you have, right? So I want you to stop feeling bashful or weird or fearful on what this has to present. And I want you to step outside your comfort zone the next 11 days. Set a goal for yourself that you've never done before, whether that's talking to more people, whether that's getting on live 3 to 4 times a week, because if I haven't said it until I'm blue in the face, going Facebook Live and talking to your audience and asking them and getting them to engage with you and showing them value of something that you're doing, like cooking with your family and making a healthy recipe, or how to train your dog, a trick or something like that. Or I don't know, whatever it is for you guys. Sometimes I just go on and speak to my personal development and what I learned that day, so that you're a bright light in somebody's day, because they don't have that. Teach, give, share. I think, our team has so much potential right now and we're not unlocking it. Do you guys agree? I think you guys have so much room to grow, and that's so freaking exciting. And this month, we're really going to work on connecting with each other. I'm not going to have outside speakers come in. It's going to be just wholehearted. Let's get it done. Let's go all in. Let's see what happens if we can just shift out of this, plateau or just a little bit far away from where we want to be, or breaking through that wall that you're at and just blowing it out of the water. I mean, how cool would it feel, guys, to go into Summit knowing, you know what? I gave it my all that last 30 days, and I am proud to see our team go together to Summit feeling really good about what we're doing and the lives that we're changing. Let's not keep changing 35 lives. Let's shoot for 75 this month. There's 45 people on our team, with at least 5 more coming in this week. Easy. That would be 1 person helping 1 person, maybe 2. That would be 100 people. Obviously not everybody's on the team call or running their business, but you guys know what I mean. Like, there's strength in numbers. There's strength in just going for it. And the way that I shift my mind, I mean, I haven't done power hours that much when I've been on vacation. I have been talking to people that I'm interested in that want to join this, but there's times of push and pull in this business. There's times to put the pedal to the metal and stretch yourself. And right now is that time. Sometimes you have to put a lot of extra work in to plant the farm of your future, and to set the foundation of where you want to go, to lay the bricks out. right now, today is that time. Do you guys feel it? Do you feel the shift? So I want to open this up and kind of ask you guys to maybe speak to where you're at and, whatever's on your mind about this month, where you want to take it. Who wants to go first? Quiet. Tara, I'm calling on you. Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You said where I want to go this month?
Yeah, where you want to go, where you want to see the team go.
Okay.
Open conversation.
So I think that this is only like my second or third call since I've been coaching again. For those of you who don't know, I signed on last year to coach. I think it was like July, June, August, somewhere around there. And I kind of went through some personal things, so I kind of took a step back and had a foot injury. I have a chronic nerve disease in my feet, so I had an issue with that and took a step back. So coming back to it, it was my draw has always been that I'm pretty knowledgeable about health and fitness, but I wanted to help other people. I wasn't fulfilled in my job. I'm an event coordinator for a trade show, so all they care about is how many people are there and how much money they're making, which is great. My background's in event coordinating. I like the strategic, planning aspect of it, but I just wasn't fulfilled. So that was my reason for becoming a coach, essentially. And for me, coming back, when I coached before, I think my first month, I signed my mom up, which is great. I mean, she lost 40 pounds, she's kept it off. So that alone has been like a huge blessing for her family. But I signed up my mom, I signed up my boyfriend, and I think I had 2 or 3 other challengers other than that. But the only month I hit Success Club, it was because my mom and my boyfriend signed up. And that was the first month. So for me, my big challenge is I know that signing my boyfriend up is smart. I mean, we live together, so it would be smart to sign him up on the opposite leg as my mom and kind of balance out and push for diamond with those 2 accounts. But I'm at the point where I feel like I have to prove to myself that I don't need his account to do it, that I am capable of hitting Success Club 10 without him and then signing him up later because he likes the performance line a lot. But for me, the biggest part is proving to myself that I'm capable without having to ask others to help me out this month, or just if I had nobody to lean on, could I do it? And so that's kind of where my mentality is proving to myself at this point that I can do whatever I set my mind to.
Love it. She's showing up every day on social media, guys. So that's a huge, huge following right there. Liz, you want to go? You're good.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm on my phone, which I'm not usually on, so I don't really know how to work it. I don't know. So I guess there's 2 things maybe. I was really disappointed and frustrated last night because I really wanted to hit last month and I didn't. But it's true that what Danielle said earlier, like I was doing it most days, but obviously most days didn't get me what I wanted. But I think like last month was a good learning month for me in the sense that I have like a pretty good flow with posting on social media and like friending people and start like, well, not starting conversations obviously, but I'm getting better at it. So that's good. I think one thing that's hard for me is that there's like a huge personal part of my life that I don't share on Facebook. And I wasn't really planning on talking about it right now, but here we go. This is me word vomiting. My mom has Alzheimer's. Yes, that's what you heard me say. Not my grandmother, my mom, who you probably saw me post about her last week. I was there. And so she's really sick, and it's just a really hard thing for our family right now. And so I've been like going really back and forth about talking about that on social media because it's something that I like really struggle with. But it's also a very personal thing. So sometimes I just feel like I'm telling a story, but it's not the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I've been thinking about talking about that on social media this month and seeing like how people react, because some people do know, like my really good friends know. So there are definitely people out there who know, but not everybody. And so anyway, I had a lot of stuff going on with that this month, and so it took up a lot of time and a lot of space in my mind. So yeah.
Well, I
So
think
I'm thinking about. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
So yeah, so I was just gonna say, like, I feel like I'm trying, but not trying all the way. Because I share like most of my story and most of my stuff, and I talked about this a little bit in my like video after Super Saturday. But like I still tend to share the good stuff, not the hard stuff. And that's just like a really real part of my life right now. So maybe it's time.
Well, and that's such a good point that you don't have to share all of your Amy Silverman actually said this on the Success Club trip. She's like, guys, I have a lot of shit in my closet. I don't share all of it, but I do share the things that, like, I'm not saying you have to share the specifics of your mom list, but I think there's totally a way you could share it of like, like asking your audience, have you ever experienced a family member going through a medical condition that you can't control? And, speaking about it in general terms, if you're not comfortable about it, or going through a tough day, or just asking for prayers, just letting people be there for you like you are there for them, and always being positive, because I think there's power to that. And that's such a good point that I really got on live this week because I was like, people are going to look at all these Punta Cana pictures and think my life's just great. And that's bullshit, quite frankly. Like, I have so much debt right now that I still need to pay off. And the only way I was able to go on this trip because it was free. So, I think you get to choose what skeletons you share, but it is important to share the things that are tough, to show people that you're relatable and you're real. So totally your decision, and I appreciate you sharing it. It's interesting because my gradient just passed from Alzheimer's last year, so we haven't talked about that. But yeah, we're totally out here for you, and we can talk about ways to kind of talk about it. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Always here for you. All right, Jess, you're next on the line.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm kind of the beginning of what we were talking about.
Just kind of sharing where you're at, and where you see the team going, where you see yourself going, anything you kind of where your head's at.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously the past month I've been very distant. Had a lot of visitors come into town, and every time I have a visitor come into town, they always mention how much they hate that I'm on my phone. So I was trying to stay away from that, and I know it's not really an excuse, but now I'm getting back into my groove. Jeremy's away. He's off at work now for 2 months, and usually people will be like, oh, that's scary, but it's kind of better for me because I can do what I want to do, and I can come home from work, get the baby ready, put her to bed, do my thing, and have my time and not have anybody yelling at me about being on my phone. But I definitely see some big goals here, like especially with me and our team. Like, I know back in February we had such a great vibe. I know it was Team Cup and we had a lot of stuff going on and everybody was super pumped. And I want to get back to that again. I want to get back to that super awesome energy that we were all having.
I love that. And all of you can choose to be a part of that, be the energy. What's that quote? Be responsible for the energy you bring into the room.
Yeah.
So you want more people to share, you want more people to engage, be that person. I know you're going to do it.
I'm all in.
Love it. All right, Ariana. I got you.
Okay. Oh, did you unmute me? Okay.
Yeah. All over it.
All right. So I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of floating around for a really long time because I've sort of been in coaching for over a year. but I got really, really close to my goal weight, and then I got pregnant, and I have a 4-month-old and an almost 3-year-old. So my life is busy. I work full time also, and I'm taking grad classes. So time is a major issue, especially with, a growing family and everything. But my primary concern is getting myself back to my goals. And I know that, being the example and like showing what I'm doing to other people is how we do a lot of our recruiting, and that's cool with me and all, but like my primary focus is myself. Mm-hmm. And kind of helping other people with that same kind of like weight loss journey, because that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just trying to like be more consistent with my postings. And I know you were talking about like, SC5 or whatever is bullshit, whatever. But like, I am happy if I can help one person. I'm happy if I'm happy if I can get to my goals, because that's what's most important for me right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I've really shared this like super publicly, but at the end of this school year, I'm going to be taking time off from teaching to be home with the little ones, because daycare is more expensive than our house right now. So
crazy.
I'm going to have more time then, and I'm going to be like a lot more fully 100% committed to doing this all the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm not committed and I don't have goals, and I, don't want to do any of that right now. But I'm working on like building relationships with some of the coaches on my team, just so that I have, places to fall into when I am able to sign somebody up. And that's kind of just where I am right now.
And look, guys, I'm not downgrading your goals, right? This is your business, and you get to decide what your goals are. She told me last month, she's like, I'm just going to see what happens. And you hit SC4 last month. So I'm just telling you, most often we are our own worst critics, and we do not see our potential. So the reason that I'm sharing it that way is because I want you guys to believe that you can help more people, even if you don't see it, or maybe that's not your goal right now. That would be pretty cool to never pay for your Shakeology again, right?
Yeah.
So I'm super proud of you for getting back in it. And that's your strength, Ariana, is sharing your journey and being authentic about it. So super proud of you.
Thanks.
Keep it up. All right, Brittany. You're next on the screen.
Woo! Let's see. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts that have been holding me back lately. It just in general, kind of in every aspect. And I think it's me letting excuses from left and right just kind of control it. I think so. In regards to 3-day refresh, it was my first time doing it, and it gave me results as far as weight loss, a little bit of inches, a difference in my pictures. But I think I struggle with sharing it because I didn't enjoy the experience that much. I enjoyed the aspect of having all of us struggle through something together, but I didn't enjoy drinking most of my meals. It didn't feel like that's not the kind of health and nutrition that I want to promote all the time. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like I don't know, just something that I've been battling with. Like, it worked because I was drinking 3 of my meals a day and eating 1,200 calories, the fiber sweep was not fun either. It just wasn't this amazing thing. Yeah.
Share that. Be honest. Say, you know what? I tried something that was new and it was outside my comfort zone, and I found out it wasn't for me. And I do still have a healthy lifestyle that I can fall back into that is for me and that does work with my schedule. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? I gave this a try. I would have never tried it if my team wasn't doing it too. Yeah, I saw results, but I still did it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, I guess anytime that and I think someone else said this, but anytime that like something that's not good news or happy-go-lucky happens, if I don't know how to shape it right, then I just don't say anything. And that's why I've been quiet lately. The other thing is that I do have 3 challengers under me. One was posting in the group last week and it was great. And then she had a death in the family. And so she checked out, which I told her, I was like, let me know if you need space. This is obviously not the top on your priority list. another girl I was shared with, the ones who are running the challenge group with me, she told me today that she's too busy to even download the app. She hasn't even done that yet. So I've like sent her the link and said, look, it takes 2 seconds, just do it. But I've been trying to get her in the app forever, and she's just so busy. And I think I still just struggle with feeling like I'm saying the right things. I think this is maybe something that Tara or someone typed earlier, but I don't know. I guess, yeah. So that's one thing too, is that I don't feel successful with the challengers I currently have. And so I'm like, is it me? Is it them? What should I do differently? I don't want to add more to my list if I'm not going to be doing things right. So I think it's just a lot of doubt in if I'm doing it right, or how I could be doing it better. I will say I'm thoroughly enjoying like running a challenge group. I think that's my favorite part of the business so far. I love, like, they do motivate me, and even if it's not my challengers, it's Justine's and Liz's and Bree's, but and it would be so much more fun if my challengers were active in it. But so I really enjoy that part. That's kind of where all my thoughts are right now. And then same with Ariana, like I want to focus. I've said this from the beginning, like I'm focusing on my health, but I'm not getting as, like, nothing is clicking yet. I can do well for a day and then I don't click. And so there hasn't been this magic sprinkled on me yet. And so I guess I just am not sure how to share all of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a couple of things. You can share things that are hard in life, but you always have to put a positive spin on the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't figure out how to share it, that's when you got to plug into the pod and say, hey guys, this is a post I'm thinking of putting up. What do you think? That's why I created them, so that all these thoughts we're sharing tonight should be shared there on a daily basis, so that you don't have to wait for a team call like this to share the things you're struggling with. They're going to strengthen you when you guys do, and when you lean into each other. So that's my first thing. Yeah, absolutely share the hard stuff. That's the important thing. That's just being real human, right? And that's what, we're not perfect robots. Nobody's going to relate to that. The second thing is, Claire and I were reflecting on this on the trip. Guys, do you know that one active coach from 2015 is still on our team coaching? Do you know who that is? It's Claire. My whole entire coaches from 2015 and a lot from the beginning of 2016, well, number one, they're either not here on this call or they're not coaching or they've quit. And so I want you to know, Brittany, that your first 1, 10, 20 challengers, they might not be here in a year. Will you be? I know you will be, right? Because the growth journey that's happening, the challengers that I attracted in the beginning of my journey, where I was not as confident and I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I was thrown into this just like all of you guys and had to figure it out, are different than the challengers I've attracted end of 2016 and 2017, because you guys are mostly it. You plug in, you show up, you lean into each other, you get in accountability groups, you do the work, because that's where I'm at. And so I want you to know that your challengers and your future coaches are only going to be half as good as where you are at. And that's kind of going back to the ownership thing, not saying that you're not doing anything, because it's really not you, Brittany, it's all of them, right? You're a coach, you're not a babysitter. You're not here to do it for them. You're not here to prep their meals or make their shakes. They invested in this and in you. You've given them all the tools to success. They have to meet you halfway. If I were to sit and babysit all 20 of my challengers right now, I would not have a life. So you have to kind of think on that bigger grand scheme of things. Do I check in with every single one of you every single day? No, I created pods so that I can still do that, but not have to personally message every single person. Not because I don't love y'all, but it's a growing thing, Think about Lindsay Matway, who has 45,000 people under. Do you think she talks to all of them, or she worries about 5 challengers that don't show up? No, that's on them. So I want you to allow yourself to let go of that and know that you just need to continue to bring in new blood, fresh meat kind of thing, and get that passion back. Because if your love is challenge groups, then give that experience to more people. And let the other people see you recognizing those new challengers and sharing their wins publicly. And I guarantee those challengers that you first signed up are probably going to be like, oh, maybe I should finally get into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let that go and focus on new fresh meat, because that always brings new excitement to me as well. Like I get more engaged into what I'm doing when there's people in there. Like, oh my gosh, there's scenes in there like 4:30 in the morning. Like, gosh, I should get out of bed, you know? So give yourself grace and know that it's not you, and not everybody's going to stick with this. So all you can control is you. Again, it goes kind of back to that. So just keep plugging away, and don't be afraid to share those things. I think 3-day refresh. Yeah. 100% share that, because it's just real and raw, and you know, it's totally cool if it's not your thing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll go live about it. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that would be a great way to do it. Totally.
Cool. The other thing too is that I feel weird posting a picture of myself in my underwear publicly, knowing that my grandpa and my brother-in-law's grandparents are on there. I know you can hide from certain people, but that's a lot of people to think about, like, oh, that's my middle school teacher, let's change that. So I don't know.
But here's the thing. What if there's 10 women that came to you tomorrow saying, I need your help?
Yeah.
Would it be worth it?
Yeah.
10 times $50 is $500. I mean, I just put the dollar amount out there because I know you guys are driven by that. So yeah, not that it's about money, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You got it, girlfriend. New month. All right, Brianna, save the best for last.
Y'all are a tough act to follow.
Well, you have a pineapple, so you have, what's that quote? You have to stand tall or something.
Wear my crown.
Yes.
So I think for me, I think kind of what you were saying about, you know, you're most checked into the business when your health and your own nutrition are on point. And I think that really resonated with me, because it's like I let one falter and inherently the other kind of follows in suit behind it. And I think I've had a lot of trouble just keeping myself organized to get, you know, everything done with around the house, and then with real, you know, my full-time job, and then with this and stuff. And I really haven't gotten out of the mindset of like, oh, it's a second job. It's just not ingrained as a part of my routine. And I really want to focus on this month, making it part of the routine, and just kind of, you know, sharing, like you said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And just creating that consistency to get out there and get the numbers. I mean, the tools and the resources are there for us. It's just a matter of implementing them. So, you know, for me, I think, you know, last month I hit nothing, ST0, you know, didn't help a single person. And I think I really just need to change my mindset to get out of my own damn way, and really just kind of put my nose to the grind and get it done, because nobody else is going to do it for me, you know.
And to credit you, you have one bomb challenger who's been, I think, on 3 months of Shakeology since the beginning.
Yeah.
When's the last time you shouted her out publicly?
I need to do that. That's for sure.
This week post for sure. When are you going to do your activities? Power hour.
So I've been trying to get them done at lunch. It's still a work in progress. I work in an open office environment, and everyone kind of takes their own lunch at different times. So they are extremely distracting to me. And so trying to find that time to either step away from my desk and get the clarity I need to power through the rest of my workday, and also get my Beachbody stuff done while managing the chaos around me, is something that I've been trying to work on the last week or so.
So if you guys want some time motivation, you need to go search Scotty Hobbs on YouTube, who is also in Punta Cana. I ate breakfast next to him yesterday or this morning. That guy used to work 16-hour days. He would get up at 4 a.m. and he would come home, whatever the 16 hours is, and then he'd have to put his kids to bed. He has 4 kids. And he'd have to trade off with his wife, and then she would go to work nights, and then they'd switch off. And he said literally he would listen to personal development all day long at work. And obviously I know it's not feasible for all of you, but he would put as many hours in his earbuds as he could. And then he would schedule calls on his lunch break with coaches or challengers and get on the phone with people, which we haven't talked about in a while. I was telling Tara that last night. If you have somebody you're talking to and they're interested, hey, can we get on a phone call and chat about my next accountability group? And I will get on with you, 2-on-1 call, so that you don't have to do all of the talking and feel not confident about it. But I'm telling you, when you get on the phone with people and they hear your passion and they hear that you're a real person and you're not just mass messaging them, guys, you will sell a challenge pack in 20 minutes. I know because I did it 3 times last month on my way home from work. So when I tell you that you can make this work in the minutes, you can. You have to find what works for you, though. And it starts with consistency and belief. So we can talk all day long about, talking the talk, right? But what are we going to do this month to walk the walk and not care about the owner's wife or HR manager or whoever else you're listening in this chat? If you don't want them to see your posts, just unfriend them or block them. They'll never know you don't have Facebook, or you do. Because this is about changing people's lives, and that takes vulnerability, it takes humility, and it takes consistency. And every single one of you should believe that you have the power to rock your goals this month, and not just rock 2 or 3 lives, rock 5 to 10 lives. Imagine how our team would change when you can get 5 challengers in an accountability group and 2 to 3 of them become coaches 2 weeks after. That's the vital process. That's how you hit diamond. That's how you max your income. That's how things happen and shift, and you feel good about this, guys. So I'm challenging you the next 11 days, or the push or the shift to summit is what I'm calling it. Get your shit done. Get out there. Share the hard stuff. Share the lessons learned. Share the positivity. And just reach out to the people that are, engaging with you. You all have the power to hit every single one of your goals, whether that's 1 life or 20 lives. But it takes just doing it. Consistency and belief. You guys believe it? This is helpful? We'll chat. A couple other things I wanted to add. If you haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call, this was a good one from Lindsay Matway. She talked about challenge groups. So I don't think it's on the podcast yet, but I called in and listened to it right before this call. And they are doing a special. So you guys know that Mexico is already booked for next year. But they are doing a special for all diamond and below coaches, which is every single one of you. You get points for every Success Club point and every coach you have under you hitting Success Club, or signing 1 person up, earning 1 Success Club point. You get points towards earning a room to Riviera Maya next year. So how cool would it be? They're giving away 3 rooms a month for the next 8 months, or however many months we have left in the year. How cool would it be if you just said, you know what, I'm just going to see, why not me? I'm going to be at that Hard Rock. I'm going to be cheersing with mojitos because I had 1 too many of those this week, and celebrating the push that you put forward. Pretty freaking awesome. So get in the team page, look at the calendar, make sure you guys know what's going on, and let's do the damn thing. What do you think? What did Liz say? Can we add some power hours to the calendar? Yes. My bad. I did that calendar this morning. We're going to do happy hours every Thursday at 8. I clearly took that off the calendar. So that will be on there, and I'll remind you. So that's, for those of you guys that don't know, it's happy hour, power hour, talking through combos. Happy hour just sounds cooler, so you can bring wine or whatever. Cool? Well, thank you for hopping on. I know all of you are going to crush May and make it happen, and let's go do it, guys. All right. Thank you. Have an awesome week.